Thank you very much. It's been my distinct privilege to help Professor Dershowitz during all of his trips to Israel. Now, Hasidim have theirs. Alan is my Rebbe. You know his CV. Thank God these are sharp people in the room tonight, so I'm not going to read any of it. I'm going to tell it a personal CV. We all know that Alan's main attributes is that he provides clarity when discussing amazingly complex problems. He combines his passion for the law and for protecting the rights of all people with a love for Israel and our Jewish heritage. Now, a personal story, I was with Alan when Sharon announced the disengagement plan in 2002. It was at the Herzliya conference, and I was sitting at the table after Sharon made the speech with Uzi Arad and Sharon, and the Prime Minister sits down, and Alan goes, the thing is, you know, I have 6 questions, and questions is the theme of our night. So Alan asks a few questions, and Sharon clears the schedule, says, come see me tomorrow. Alan comes in, Sharon sits down, just, Sharon, Alan, no, citing no other advisors, anything. And Sharon says, well, Sharon, brilliant strategist. If nothing else, brilliant strategist. He goes, well, you know, Alan, since Sykes-Picot, blah, blah, blah. And Alan says, excuse me, Mr. Prime Minister, I want to politely say, we only have 45 minutes here. I have 6 very difficult questions. I wrote the case for Israel. Let's skip the history lesson. And Sharon, nobody talks to him that way, but Alan is a gingy, but he's very respectful. And he asked Sharon, he spoke to him exactly like he speaks to every other president and every other prime minister. And that's his greatness. His greatness is, by the way, when he finished that meeting, what do? We get in the car, what's the first thing he does? Takes his cell phone. Mom, guess who I just met? He is the penultimate good Jewish boy. In fact, perhaps that's the secret to his strength, his love for his roots, his love for his family. And with him today, I'd like you all to give it up for Caroline, who gives him strength and wisdom, his wife Caroline Cohen. So Alan's a mensch. He talks to everyone, Begova Einayim, everybody here. And Begova Einayim, we have Tal Brody here, and Alan will tell you that he was a point guard back at Yeshiva, and it's never too late to try to get a good ball player with you, Tal. But Alan was always, as a student, he was like Rav Yirmiyahu from the Talmud, the one who asked the hard questions. Remember the one who says the bird has 1 foot on this line, 1 foot on that line, and for that he was thrown out of the yeshiva. Alan was thrown out of the yeshiva so much when he was a student. His mother was called into the principal's office so often that his friends thought that she worked there. So now, after 75 years, he just celebrated his 75th birthday. 50 years at Harvard, and his 30th book, which is his autobiography. Someone holding it there to hold that? Okay, we'll show that. This is where everybody in this room now comes in. Because Globes, and I have to mention 2 people from Globes, Anat Weiss and Iris Zieber, who made this happen tonight. They invited Alan, as the premier business conference in Israel might do, to be a keynote speaker, not to speak to 1,000 non-paying guests and anyone who knows economics at the opportunity cost of using Alan's time rather than to entertain their guests, but to reach out to you, to the people in this room, because they understood my question, which is the first question which we're going to ask tonight, which is, where is the next Alan Dershowitz going to come from? And the answer is, right here in this room. I want everybody at this moment to take 1 second, turn to the person to your left, then turn to the person on your right. If you don't know that, get their email, phone number. No, it's not a cheap trick. And then you could say, 20 years from now, that not only did you hear Professor Alan Dershowitz, you met the next Alan Dershowitz, or maybe you are the person who became that next Alan Dershowitz, who wrote the next case for Israel. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the kavanah, the overall intention. Not to entertain you for an hour, because we're not interested in that. We want to inspire you, and this is what Professor Alan Dershowitz does best. So Professor Dershowitz, please.